Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel, and we're gonna have some fighting words. But before we go any further, you know the routine. I need for you to like this video, and also please subscribe to the channel. So all I can say is this Amir Khan versus Kell Brook fight continues to grow in popularity, grow in spectators, grow in potential. I mean, grow in bidders for the champion. Now, mind you, a year ago, nobody was really like looking at Kell Brook and nor Mir Khan for anything. To be honest with you, you know, they were just two names, but nobody was like focused on them. Now things have changed, spiraled out of control. It seems like. So apparently, to add to the new bidders is none other than yours truly, Floyd Money Mayweather. And he says he wants the winner of Kell Brook versus Amir Khan, which would also mean that he's coming out of retirement. That's what it would mean, because now he's fighting real boxers, real trained, seasoned vets who have been in this and done this. So that two big things. He wants the winner of Amir Khan and Kell Brook, but the other big thing is that he's coming out of retirement. So it's shocking. Was not expecting that. Definitely wasn't expecting anything like that. I mean, Floyd has kind of just been cruising through life and fighting YouTubers and things like that. So, like, you're getting Big Shore money. Granted, not to say that it's not sure that, oh, can Floyd Mayweather beat Kell Brook or Amir Khan? You know, there was a point in time where Amir Khan was a real prospect, and that was a question. I believe he might be past that time, but then again, is that really fair to say? And I'll tell you why. Floyd Mayweather's what, 44, 45? So, not to mention he hasn't really been fighting anybody. I mean, the one thing I will give Floyd Mayweather over Amir Khan and Kell Brook is he's been active. Now, the downside to that is he's been active with, like, Logan Paul. But he's been active. Been in the gym. You have somebody like a Floyd Mayweather who's a gym rat who is fighting YouTubers versus Amir Khan and Kell Brook, who aren't necessarily gym rats. You know, and they have not been as active as Floyd. Now, the question I guess we could all pose is fighting Logan Paul really being active? Well, I'll say yes for two reasons. One, because he did a fight camp and he was in shape. Two, because he fought a 200-pound man, so he had to be in a certain level of conditioning to sustain what that, as low level as Paul was, he was still much bigger. So he needed to be in a certain level of condition. So yeah, sure, I'm counting it just because of his size. If for nothing else, because of his size. Because there was a real threat because of the size. A guy that big hits you, you're gonna feel it, and you might go to sleep. So, like I said, this fight is taking on a new turn. I like this turn. I'm not mad at this turn. You know, when you throw a name as big and as powerful in the world of boxing as Floyd Mayweather, and then you have these other bidders like Danny Garcia, who do you think is going to get this fight? Yeah, obviously, it's Floyd Money Mayweather. There's a reason why they call it money. All right, he's going to make this thing happen. So, could you imagine if Amir Khan and Floyd Mayweather fight? Now, you're going to say he's past his prime and he is not what he used to be and entering past his prime. But we are seeing the effects of Amir Khan's star power. So many people are interested in this fight. You combine that with Floyd Mayweather, we got to show people. We got to show and we got to fight. If anything, this is making... it's going to make a lot of things happen. One thing for sure it's going to make happen is it's going to make Amir Khan and Kell Brook train even harder. Because now they know the possibilities of being the winner of this bout, this fight. They know, all right, if I can get past Khan, I got possibly a $50 million, $100 million fight with Floyd. If I can get past Brook, I have possibly this with Floyd. Obviously, trust me, the wheels are turning. If I know about this, believe me, they know about this. And I'm pretty sure, Floyd's people are probably already in contact with people saying, hey, whoever the winner is, let's make this thing happen. This is big news, and this is what boxing needs. This is what boxing needs. And you want to know why Floyd Mayweather, no matter what, we continue to talk about this man because he says it all the time. I make smart business decisions and moves. And this is a smart business decision and move. How do I say this? So, what are the odds that he could get clipped? Well, they're there. They're definitely there. You have to understand. I think in terms of body preservation, Floyd might be better than Kell Brook. Kell Brook has an issue that he's never going to rectify. He's never going to fix the issue here. He's not going to fix it. You can't fix it. The only thing you do is leave it alone. Don't get hit in it. That's it. Do I think Kell Brook has the skill to beat a Floyd Mayweather at 44, 45 years old? Uninjured? Possibly. Uninjured. But injured? I'm still leaning toward Floyd Mayweather. And the Logan Paul fight doesn't tell anybody anything, but the reality is it does tell you something. It tells you how strong Floyd Mayweather is. If for nothing else, listen, you're talking about an unskilled man in boxing who's 200 pounds swinging wildly at you. It's the guys who don't know how to fight. They're the ones that you need to be worried about them because they don't know how to fight. So they're going to throw everything at you. So there's a certain repetition to fighting if you boxed. You kind of know what people are going to throw because you've seen it your whole entire life. I've been boxing for a lot of years now. So if I'm up against another boxer who's been boxing for at least 10 plus years, I kind of, not that I know what he's going to throw. I don't want to say I know what he's going to throw, but I know typically what follows what. When you have guys who are just wild and don't know what they're doing, they're just trying to use their size and their youth and their overall aggression, and a lot of that is adrenaline, they're just coming at you. Floyd literally had to weather the storm, okay, with a guy, again, who's 200 pounds. We're talking about Floyd Mayweather, who would struggle to make 154 pounds. There's a difference, people. So that's important at his age. Seeing him do that in not top-notch condition, that tells me he could handle what somebody like a Kell Brook can throw at him. However, Amir Khan is something different unto himself. Amir Khan is, in his prime, has got to be one of the fastest fighters I've ever seen. He's definitely in the top 3. That's going to be a different story. That's going to be a different take. And on top of that, this was always whispered about, like Amir Khan and Floyd Mayweather. At the time, Pretty Boy Floyd. That's how far back these two go. Pretty Boy Floyd. That's when this fight should have taken place. When he was Pretty Boy Floyd. He hasn't been Pretty Boy Floyd in well over 10 years. So that should tell you something. There's a story there. I know in the past there have been negotiations. I know in the past that they were looking at each other. I know in the past, there was a time where it was like, hey, this Amir Khan guy, he's something else, in the Pretty Boy Floyd era. So they've heard of each other. They know about each other. And there was a point in time where they were definitely en route to see each other in the ring. And with the popularity of this fight, we could possibly see it. So we could definitely possibly see it. This has so much intrigue. I just want to see what this fight ends in, and like in the snowball. When the snowball stops, what it ends with. Because now you've opened up a whole new box. That's a whole new box. Coming out of retirement, saying I'll take the winner. That's big. That's big. And I'm pretty sure because he's Floyd Mayweather, there's only two places they're possibly going to do that. It's either going to be Vegas because he's like the king of Vegas, or it's going to be the UK. You know, now if it's in Vegas, Floyd's got home court advantage. If it's in the UK, it's going to be absolute pandemonium. We might even be talking like a Ricky Hatton type crowd again when Floyd fought Ricky Hatton. So I'm just happy. I'm excited. I'm intrigued. I am happy to make this video, and yeah, I'm excited to see Floyd Mayweather back in a real competition, not some hokey dokey like weird exhibition or whatever they're calling these things, but a real fight against a real fighter, real contenders. Somebody in their weight class, somebody who actually knows how to defend themselves. So yeah, I'm excited. You know the routine right now. Drop them down below. As always, please like, please subscribe.